Lakes Bee Pro. How's it going, everyone? Justin with Sweet Stingers. It is March 1st, the official, unofficial start of spring. March 1st is the kickoff for me in my bee yards. This is when I say spring has started. We are done with winter, and we are gearing up for spring right now. And the calendar spring is still a couple weeks away, but I do it by March 1st. So I'm here in Oklahoma, and anybody in Oklahoma that suffers from allergies, I'm sure you're feeling the effects of it today. The reason why is probably because of this piece of red cedar pollen. It's high today. There's a little breeze that's going through the air. I've been asked though, do bees work on the cedars? No, not really. Not directly, at least. I've seen a few. Every now and again, I'll get a glimpse of them hovering up around here. But as far as in masses, they don't. So they are out flying today. There's a couple of hives right over there. As you can see, they are surrounded by cedars all over this yard. This yard has a ton of cedars. But where are the bees at? They're right here behind me in the pollen feeder. So we have a pollen supplement out. It's actually our Ultra Bee that we use, and we mix it with pollen that we harvest. So we harvest throughout the year when the pollen flow is heavy, and we mix it in with this. We also sell our pollen. This is just a simple plastic backyard bucket feeder. We also have a nicer metal one I've showed before. Hunter, he's a local welder here in Piedmont, Oklahoma. And hopefully this year we get the rest of ours set up with that little metal one and stuff. I like the metal one. But this is what we do. We try to keep pollen, dry pollen, out in our yards through the winter. We do feed it in the wintertime. We have multiple flying days, so we think the protein is very important, and we think Ultra B is probably the best on the market with a high concentration of pollen. So when bees work, or when the pollen flow is going on, the bees will bypass this. They will go for the real stuff first. And as you can see, there's just cedars everywhere. So if they really like the cedars, they would be all over them and not really this bucket. But that's not the case. But they do work it kind of indirectly. So when bees fly, they get supercharged. They create a lot of static on them and stuff. And so the pollen from eastern red cedars is wind blown, and going through the air, they will pick up trace amounts of it. They also pick up trace amounts of grass pollen and stuff like that. So it does get into honey. It does get into the pollen that we do harvest, and so it's just not a main source for the honey and pollen in the honey in our raw pollen, but you do get trace elements or amounts into the pollen that we harvest. So anyways, we just wanted to show you that. We get asked, and if any of our customers are wanting pollen, we will be harvesting here in a few weeks. We don't start until the pollen flow really picks up. It's usually in April, but then once it gets going, we harvest through September, possibly into October. It depends on what the weather is doing and what the pollen flow is like. So for those that want pollen, I know it's a big thing for people and their seasonal allergies. We believe it helps. My son and I take it year round. My son takes it every single day. Make sure that we have enough for him and stuff. So we think it helps a lot. We enjoy it. I enjoy the taste. I don't think it's off-putting. Ours is raw. We do not dehydrated, so it must be kept in the freezer. But anyways, if anybody has any questions about that, just feel free to contact us. But we're just going to show you the girls work it today and a little bit about the cedar trees and whether or not they actively work them. So you guys have a good one. We will talk to you later. See ya.